Hello everybody, welcome back. It is me, your old pal Orpheus, with another adventure here on Orpheus Plays. Hey, I'm glad to see ya. Hope everything's going well for ya. And we are here in the canyon. Yes, the canyon map, which is actually really sweet unless you've got vertigo. I've got fear of heights, so I'll share a little tip here. If you're a VR player who stumbles around or does maps like this in other games or in this game, get an ottoman and put it right behind you so you can touch the back of your calves up against it, and it gives you a point of reference, so you can just do silly stuff all day long, and it works perfectly. You're not going to fall down. Anyway, hi, how you doing? Little quick tip for VR from your old pal. So, today I wanted to talk to you about something kind of fun and kind of special to me as I was growing up, and that is bowling. Yeah, bowling, where you get your balls in your... Anyway... Oh boy, so let's get this going here. We are in survival mode. 3 weapons come out. I take one, I destroy everything that comes at me, and I think today we'll start with the club. Yeah, the wooden mallet here. So anyway, I hope you're doing well wherever you are today, whether it's day or night. I don't mind as long as you're here hanging out with me. So let's get our first traditional slow motion kill out of the way. I want to get into the sunlight here. Come here. Come here. Come over here. Come here. Come here. I want to beat you. Oh, oh no. Okay. So here he is. We're going to go ultra slow-mo. Oh no. No. Let's speed it back up. Watch. And oh no. Ha! I see you. And now, with that out of the way, let's get to today's topic. Okay, so when I was growing up, and this is another old man Orpheus thing, when I was growing up, there was not much to do compared to today. Oops, I'm sorry. There wasn't much to do compared to today. There wasn't, social media, and everyone had their own computer in their pockets and everything. There wasn't, heavy video game consoles and everything. There wasn't, going out with your friends to, I don't know, some concert or something that's from someone that, doesn't matter and probably is hard to pronounce for most people. But, we didn't do all that stuff when we were growing up. What we had was, simpler things. Something like, and I want to do an episode coming up here about, maybe I will, about roller rinks, okay? They were, oh boy. Yeah, I'll get into that in another episode, I think. Roller rinks were pretty fun, and I will cover all of my experiences with that. No, but we didn't have a ton of stuff to do. And, we go to the arcade, hang out with your friends, go to a movie, go to the park and just kind of dick around everywhere over there, do the things that you kind of did as a kid. Well, when you got bored, or the family wanted to go out, or you were having a birthday coming up or something like that, what would you do? Well, there's a few places you could go. I mean, you could go to like a Chuck E. Cheese's, right? The, what is it? Arcade rat gambling area or whatever. It's a bar for parents. They could get drunk there. That's all they needed. Anyway, so like you go to Chuck E. Cheese's or something like that. But one of the most popular things was bowling. And I know you're thinking right now, well, we got a bowling alley in our town. We got somewhere in there that, can go ahead and we can go to that for a little party, or we can spend a Friday night throwing some balls down the alley or something. But no. What I'm talking about is this was an American cultural thing, right? You had like baseball and apple pie and bowling. And bowling was like this huge thing in America. I don't think you understand, seriously, how big bowling was in terms of like the cultural significance of a sport where huge fat guys who drink beer all the time can go and be this world champion at something. Hold on, let's see. Wooden training sword, no fun. Big sledge, no fun. Ooh, little tiny knife. Ooh, someone's gonna get this stuck in their face. Anyway, but I don't think you understand. It was a sport that anyone can, and we're going to call it a sport. Everyone just calm down, okay? We're going to call it a sport. It was a sport, and it is a sport that almost anyone can do, right? All you got to be able to do is stand and throw something down the lane, and that's really all you need to do to be a bowler, right? And it's just something. It's like any other hobby or something like that you have skill. You build up your skill, kind of like these archers. Although these guys aren't very good. Nope. Give me this. Thank you. But hold on, I gotta stick this interface first. There we go. You can have that. So it was this sport that, like, it was amazing because you could just go and be a bowler if you just put time into it. It's like, you know, any other. Ooh, sorry. It was like any other. What? Like any other sport or skill, if you put enough into it, wow. If you put enough into it, you're going to be better and better, of course. Well, so let me get to the cultural thing, because again, I don't think some of you realize how important it was. Hiya. So if you didn't know, if you have full skills on lightning, these lightning arrows speak, which is pretty cool. Enchant one. No. Come here. I need to finish you off before I do this. Hey. Ow. Take that. You know what? Screw you. You can enchant it with lightning, it seeks, you know. Anyway, so like I said, I don't think you understand how culturally significant bowling was, okay? It was, if you've ever seen the movie Kingpin, okay? The movie Kingpin is a great example of what I'm talking about. They did very well in that movie, portraying kind of the hype that was around bowling. There were tournaments where thousands of people would show up to watch them. There like the bowling leagues. No joke, bowling league was like one of the most popular like pastimes for people that were young or old or whatever. Like Wall Street bankers and stuff. Wall Street bankers and blue collar workers would get together, toss some balls down the lane. You know what I'm saying? But it, like, literally, it was everywhere. There were bowling video games. There were bowling. I mean, seriously, there was bowling on TV almost every single day on some channel somewhere. And I'm not talking about with all of the cable channels. When cable came along, it got better, I guess, if you're a bowling fan, but worse if you're not. There was, you know, there were tournaments on all the time. And it was absolutely amazing to watch bowling on TV. I don't think you understand, man. Watching bowling on TV was probably one of the cooler things you could do. It'd be like having a baseball game in the background, you know? And just seeing those images of the guy tossing it, and they had like an automated system that would tell you things. I grew up going to like sports clubs and stuff like that. The one that my family went to all the time, they had a bowling alley inside there. It was a 6-lane bowling alley, and they had the big innovation for that was they had these. It was auto score, and so they were like these things that you put your card into it for the scorekeeping, and this thing would register your number of pins that you put down, and it would go zzz, zzz, and print out the score for each of the frames. Now, that might seem very simple, and today there's automatic scoring at all bowling alleys, basically. Some places still probably use paper, which is cool, but most of them are automated, even with some little, cute animations and stuff like that. I'll get to some of those in a minute. So it was everywhere. It was culturally like it was a thing, and not like just a little fringe thing like it is now. I got some friends that go bowling, no. Oh, cheesy bowling shirts. No, seriously, that was actually a fashion choice at some point. Not ironically, it was. They were a big thing. People on bowling leagues getting expensive bowling shirts all together, and they still do that today. But again, it's a little bit. It's sillier now, right? People don't take it as seriously or enjoy it en masse like we used to. So here's where you're like, why are you even bringing up bowling in the first place, Orpheus? Well, the wife and I have decided to start to go bowling again. We picked every other Friday, we go out to a local bowling alley and we throw some balls. I love saying that. We toss some balls down the lane and have a good time. The point when we go is during the night is when they start that rockin' bowl, right? You've seen those, right? They turn on the black light. What? Clumsy. They turn on the black lights. They play some rock music or something like that. Boom. Gotcha. But they turn on the music and the black lights and the disco balls and stuff, and it's really cool. But we've been doing it, and there's kind of a heartfelt. This is one of those times when it's an awe moment for your old pal here. I mentioned in a video a little while ago, not too long ago, about 4 months ago, that we lost our dog after 20 years. She passed, but the thing about it was we're not taking care of a dog anymore that is elderly, and so we weren't able to go out for extended periods of time, and it's been that way for about a decade. And so not having to take care of our puppy anymore, which is sad, but it has allowed us to go and start doing more things on a regular basis. And so we've been going and taking walks and going on those little, they'll have the little craft fair or something downtown. We go to that, stuff like that. And one of the things we just decided was we're going to start bowling. Now, it's because for the longest time since I met my wife, years and years ago now, she had a bowling ball. And it wasn't so strange to have one at that point, especially in the city where we both came from, or at least where we met and where she lived. Another story that is way back deep on my channel, a couple years ago, I think. But she's always had a bowling ball, so like we would go and we'd move to one place or another, and there was always this bowling ball, but we never really went bowling, and so I was using it actually as a footrest under my desk. Not the ball, but like the bag that the ball was in. And so we were like, let's start bowling. And I go to the bowling alley the first time, and I can't find a ball. So I need a lighter ball, right? And the problem is most of the lighter balls, I use a 10-pound ball. I think I use a 10-pound ball, and some of you are just snickering right now. Shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. I need a lighter ball for my arm because this is the arm that I use differently than this one because I walk with a cane outside. And this is the one, so the muscles are elongated instead of bigger. It's hard to explain. Like my left and right arms are slightly different sizes because I carry everything with my left hand because I'm always using my right hand with a cane out in public. So it builds up the muscles differently. Anyway, so I need a 10-pound ball. But the problem is at bowling alleys, they have the public use balls, right? The house balls. God, I don't know if this is a safe for work episode. I keep mentioning things like that. But they have house balls at these places. And so they'll range in sizes and finger hole drills and everything like that. But the 10-pound balls usually are for smaller people. And I'm not huge. I'm 5'6", but I'm a short king, baby. But I need a lighter ball. But the problem is all the lighter balls are usually drilled for kids or for smaller women. And so I can't get my fingers in the damn holes in order to throw the light ball that I need. And so instead, I was like, why don't I go and order a bowling ball? So I did. Got a nice black bowling ball with glitter in it, and it glows in the dark and stuff. Which I figured we're gonna be going to the rock and bowl, so may as well have a ball that glows in the dark under blacklight and stuff. That's pretty sweet. So went online, found a bowling ball, had it drilled at the place, and I didn't know. Like, I kept trying to figure out what size holes I need for my fingers, and the instructions on every website were just ridiculously complicated. Like, take this finger measurement between these two fingers and these two fingers and measure your hand from here to here. And then they're like, and then you go and you convert that to whatever, and then you go and look up what they told you to convert it to, and it has nothing to do with the size of holes you need to get drilled. It's like, hold on. No, folks, if you want to really be confused, go try to, women, ladies, you might have a little bit more experience with this. If guys, go try to figure out what a women's size is, right? For their dress size or their pant size, whether it's like a 10 or an 8 or whatever. Go try to Google what it takes to figure that out without having going to a store and having them help, or without going to a store and trying on one after the other. it's a lot harder than you think, and so it's the same way with bowling balls when you get them drilled. Anyway, so I got me a ball. We got some custom, well, not custom, but we got ourselves some bowling shoes. And what I love, the bowling shoes we got are actually, they're like the rentals that you would get at most places, but like at a decent place. They have a really cool color scheme on them and stuff. But instead of going for the modern ones that just look like tennis shoes, that's no fun, dude. You're going bowling. Be cheesy. And actually, the last time we went, there was some sort of weird crowd. I don't know what this was. It was a bunch of like women in their 30s through their like 60s, but they were all dressed like old maids, like old ladies with like curly gray wigs, and like these dresses that were, you know, you'd see an old lady wearing and stuff. They had glasses and stuff on. They're all just cackling and giggling and stuff. I didn't know what it was, but hey, they were having fun, and that's what's important. Speaking of that, part of why we love bowling so much, when Mrs. Orpheus and I got married, we actually had, after our ceremony, we went bowling. Where are you? Oh, I see you. We went bowling after our ceremony, after the reception. We went, not the ceremony. That would have been like, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may go bowling with the bride. No. We went after our reception. And in case you're wondering, yes, we wore the wedding dress and tuxedo. We were bowling, and I was bowling in my tuxedo. My wife was bowling in her wedding dress. It was so cool. But yeah, there was a bowling alley in the place that we got married. It's a bowling alley underneath the resort hotel. We got married in Vegas, and stop. We got married in Vegas, and we had our reception at a hotel resort that's off the strip a little bit. And yeah, they have a bowling alley in there. Some of you probably Google it. Yes, it's a place called Sam's Town, and it's very, very cool place. It's basically a self-contained resort and casino. It's got a bunch of restaurants and stuff to do. They can shuttle you into Vegas main part to go for shows or to go to Fremont Street or whatever. It's got a bowling alley, and it's got an indoor conservatorium, I guess would be. It's an indoor like forest basically, and they have animals, and they have a fountain. Yep, gotcha. They have a fountain, and like they have a water show and everything. It's so cool. And like the thing about it is it's inside the place, and so all the windows for a bunch of the hotel rooms actually are facing the inside of that courtyard thing. And so you get to see the show from inside your room several times a day if you want. They light it up at night. So cool. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. But yeah, they have a bowling alley in there. And so like, you know, we went and did that for that. And it's just, I don't know. It's something that's a lot of fun that we enjoy doing. I mean, like I said, bowling was so big that go look up bowling video games. You don't really find them outside like something like a Wii these days, right? Whoa. Hey, buddy. Okay. You don't find them except in stuff like a Wii these days. But back then, there were bowling video games in the arcade. There were bowling video games like little handheld things. And the bowling video games kept progressing and progressing to where they got better and better. It was just so crazy. It was such a part of our culture and of society back then, and it's just kind of gone away. And I think it's because, like I said in the beginning, ooh, let me talk to you. Like I said in the bro. Like I said in the beginning, there weren't a ton of things to do. You know, if you had to research a project, you had to go to the library, right? If you boing boing boing. If you wanted to go to a movie, you couldn't just stream it online. Take that. Dragonfire. But you couldn't just stream it online on Netflix or something. You had to go to the movie theater. And so I think part of it, oh no, how horrible. Marshmallows? Anyway. But yeah, it was such a huge thing to do, I think, again, because we didn't have a ton of things to do out there in the world. And so, hey, find a hobby that you enjoy, spend money on it if it's something that you really enjoy. Go out there and find something that's good for you. That's what we did. And hey, It may not be the greatest exercise, but it is some exercise, so some of you might need a little bit of extra exercise. Go out and go bowling. It's really simple. It's fun. Anyway, that's my little blurb for today. I don't know. For me, bowling is still a cool thing, and I don't mean ironically. I mean, like, actually, it's a cool thing to do. Where is this person? I think they've gone missing. Well, while I put out the FBI to find this person, we will see you next time on the next Orpheus Plays. Be good, do good, and treat yourself well, because you know what? You deserve it. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye!